Good morning on day 72. What a gorgeous spot and a gorgeous morning. So I had a really lovely and unexpected stay last night in Twin Lakes. My plan had just been to get into town before things closed, have a meal, get some snacks, hang out a little bit and wait out that rain basically, and then get back on trail or camp somewhere in the area. I wouldn't have gone far, but just basically back on trail. But then as some of us were kind of hanging out and just trying to stay out of that rain, a very nice couple in town took a couple of us in, gave us a warm, dry place to stay and a bed. And like I said, that was unexpected. I hadn't counted on that at all. And it was such a fun, lovely experience. And sorry, I'm climbing up, so I'm always out of breath. I'm always climbing. So anyway, I'm not going to mention my name because I didn't get a chance to ask if that was okay, but really appreciate my stay in Twin Lakes, and I'm very grateful that I got to meet some wonderful people. And Twin Lakes is beautiful. I don't know, I really like this area. So the reason I didn't want to do much of a stop there is because my real town stop for me is going to be probably tomorrow. I should make it by tomorrow to Tennessee Pass on Highway 24. And most people would hitch into Leadville from there. I'm fortunate enough to have a friend in the area, so I'm going to be hitching the other way and meet up with a friend who's very kindly offered me another warm bed and a shower and things like that. So, but per usual, climbing up. Got a little later start today than I would have wanted. Again, just because I didn't expect to stay in town, but totally worth it. So yeah, I'll do as many miles as I can today, try and get myself in a position to make good time to Highway 24 tomorrow. So pretty. So this is kind of cool. Cool to see. We're right close to Mount Elbert, which is the highest 14er in Colorado. And I got to hike it shortly after I finished the PCT in 2018. I came out to Colorado and then I hiked both Elbert and Massive. And I remember walking down. Sorry, I'll let you look at me. I mean, the trees are really prettier. Anyway, I remember walking these trails and looking and being like, oh, this is part of the CDT, and kind of knowing in the back of my head I wanted to do that one day. So I don't know, it's kind of neat to be here again. Some hikers will do the detour up to Elbert and, bag a peak. Since I've been there before, don't feel the need to do that. I'm happy just being on the CDT. I've been in the trees most of the day, so not much in the way of big mountain views, but this is my last climb of the night, and well, you can see some pretty big mountains over there. I guess I'm pretty glad I got to walk in tree line and not up where that snow is and where those clouds are. Good morning on day 73. Another wet night last night, and pretty cloudy this morning. So I've got about 10 miles from where I camped to get to Tennessee Pass, where hopefully I'll be able to catch a ride into a town called Mintern and meet up with my friend. So that's the plan. I'm gonna get to it. This is a little reminiscent of Washington State with all the clouds and wetness. Well, I can hear the highway, and kind of through the trees I can see it. Starting to see some car movement up ahead, so looks like I am closing in on my goal. Eagle County. I've been working in this county in the wintertime, so this is a pretty cool sign to see. This might be a tough hitch. Not as much traffic going by as would be ideal. But I'm at the Camp Hale campground, so I made it a little ways down the highway. I guess I'm looking for ride number 2. Success. Well, when you see that, it always feels like a great day to be in town. Good morning on day 74. I just started walking from Tennessee Pass after spending a really lovely evening in town with my friend Cindy, who I work with in the wintertime. And it's another cold and kind of wet morning, and last night was kind of wet, so I was definitely grateful to have a dry place to be. But it's nice and cool out here and feels good to be walking. This is Camp Hale, and I'm going to give you a very brief version of the history because I don't want to screw it up. But basically, the 10th Mountain Division, which was like a military division that trained in this area, was here. And I don't even know exactly what these old buildings are. But if you're interested in some cool history about an army, or was it army? A military skiing division, check out the 10th Mountain Division and Camp Hale. It's kind of cool. I'm walking with my friend Cindy today. Cindy and I work together in the wintertime in Vail, and she is a hiking extraordinaire, so I hope I can keep up with her. There's a little bit of fresh snow on the top of that peak over there. Oh yeah. So top of Kokomo Pass, you can see the fresh snow on some of those mountains over there. This is the valley where we came from. Really beautiful. Well, speaking of fresh snow, I think you can probably see the little bits falling now. So Cindy walked to the top of Kokomo Pass with me, and then she headed back to the trailhead where her car was parked. So it was certainly a treat to get to spend some time with her yesterday and today, and as always, I'm just so incredibly grateful for the kindness and support of so many people in my life, friends and strangers alike. So. And then also this area in particular is pretty special and cool to be here and to be walking through this because, you know, for the past several years, for at least part of the year, this is, you know, the area that I have called home. And so it's neat. It's like somebody, like, you know, took me far away, dropped me off, and was like, good luck. And then it took me 70 some days, but I found my way back. So I don't know, it's really neat. And that's this area, and then the area that I'll be in for the next few days, actually. Also, I never get to see it in the summertime. Like, the trails I'm walking right now have been inaccessible to me in the winter, so it's actually just really cool to, I don't know, get to see what a beautiful place I've got to live in. That's I-70 down there, and then kind of in the middle of this by that tree you can see a ski sign. So I am currently on the Copper Mountain Ski Resort, and in the wintertime I guess you ski right down this. There's a roller coaster here. I did not know that was a thing until I just saw a guy in a cart go flying by. Copper Mountain Village. I think that's looking like a convenient dinner opportunity. Good morning on day 75. From where I camped last night, it is about 12 miles to Highway 9, which is in between Frisco and Breckenridge, where it crosses in between Frisco and Breckenridge. And my plan is going to be to head into Frisco, do some grocery shopping, probably eat some more, and just get a few things taken care of. It's a really beautiful walk this morning, and I'm really not quite to the top of my climb, so Copper Mountain's way down there in that valley. I'm walking up sort of the back of Breckenridge Ski Resort right now, so I'm excited to get to the top of that. This is so cool. That's Lake Dillon off to the left there. You can't see all of the town of Breckenridge, but you can see some of it down there in the valley. Big mountains, fresh snow across the way there, and then the ski lift here. I'm looking back at like peak 7 and 8, and I've skied this area, and this is just so cool. So the ridge that I'm on top of right now, if you look at it from the west, like where I was in Copper yesterday, there are these contours in the mountain that, and I believe they're avalanche paths, but the shape of them, they seem to spell the letters SKY. So it looks like the word sky is just written in enormous letters on the side of the mountain. And I've always thought it's cool to look at. And so like as I'm walking up here, I'm thinking, I'm on top of the sky. Barb and fam for these delicious cookies. What a treat. Made it to Frisco. Sitting near the bus station drying out. Classy.